I was wrong about Jey Uso. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I was wrong about, how I came to think that I was actually wrong after really being convinced that I was right. Look, Jey Uso is someone that has blossomed into one of the most over guys in WWE. Not only on the Raw brand, the entire company, and his recent alignment with the Bloodline once again. Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn, and now CM Punk, War Games, Survivor Series, right? The band is back together. It's something in which I thought was not the right course, but they've changed my mind. But that's not the big thing that we're talking about today. On a minor note, him being back with that group has done wonders for his career. And rightfully so, it's the top storyline in the WWE, and it's been the top storyline in the company for the last 4 years. Anytime that you're associated with Roman Reigns, it's a big deal. You throw in the fact that The Rock is looming, he's out there wandering, and could show up at any given point. And, oh, by the way, they've now included CM Punk, another top guy, to the equation. It makes things very interesting. Jey Uso was among the top 5 best merchandise sellers for WWE in 2024. An impressive showing considering that he had to compete with the likes of Roman Reigns and CM Punk and John Cena and Randy Orton and all these names, right? Jey Uso, where he has come from a tag team player into a singles guy, is truly remarkable. I think when he started with WWE, most people would agree that he would not be in the spot that he is today, considering all of the challenges in which the Uso brothers had to overcome. And that leads us to today's video. I don't want to waste too much time because this topic is too important to discuss. I was wrong about Jey Uso when I stated that I did not see him be a world champion in WWE. I did not see Jey Uso fit the mold of a world champion in WWE under the leadership and the creative vision of Paul Triple H Levesque. And I'll tell you why. While, yes, Cody Rhodes is on the smaller side, he's still a big dude. While Triple H has booked smaller guys in NXT as NXT champion, your Adam Cole's, your Johnny Gargano's, your Tommaso Ciampas, as head of main roster creative, things have changed in Triple H's eyes because in NXT, he was catering towards the hardcores, while in the main roster, he is catering towards the casual audience, a more broader worldwide audience. Jey Uso is on the smaller side, and so I look at the landscape and I go, okay, who is WWE pushing right now? Gunther's World Heavyweight Champion. Damian Priest is in the mix. Drew McIntyre's in the mix. Randy Orton, LA Knight. You look on SmackDown, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, right? Bigger guys. And so when I look at the landscape of the company and where they're going, it's like, do I see Jey Uso? Does he fit the mold of a world champion in WWE? And I didn't see that. He's on the smaller side, and they've consistently, in my eyes, held him back in terms of his singles career, right? It took forever for him to win the Intercontinental Championship, and when he did, he didn't hold on to that championship for very long. In fact, he only held on to it for a few weeks before dropping it back to Braun Breaker because they had to get back to the Bloodline storyline. Now, I've been an advocate as to I believed that WWE should have kept the championship on Jey Uso, despite him still being a part of the Bloodline, him realigning with his brother Jimmy and Roman and Sami, and now the wise man Paul Heyman and CM Punk. You could have still had him have the Bloodline feud while also having a separate feud on Monday Night Raw. Obviously, they felt like Braun Breaker should remain the IC champion, and they had plans for him, obviously triple threat at Survivor Series, Ludwig Kaiser, and Sheamus. The reason that I've changed my mind is I think Jey Uso has a quality in which you cannot deny, and that quality is over. This guy is super duper over with the fan base. Regardless of what he's doing, regardless of whether he has a match on the show, or he has a promo segment on the show, or he's just doing a backstage segment, or he's walking through the parking lot, every single time this guy gets mentioned on television or shown on television, or mentioned on social media, there's an immediate and loyal and passionate feedback to it. And so while he may not be the biggest guy, maybe he's not the greatest worker, maybe he's not the greatest promo, he's a good worker, he's a really good promo. He has tapped into his fan base where they are a ride or die type of fans. That's a special quality. And just like charisma and being over, not everyone can do that. And just like anything, there are levels to this game. He may not be booked as a main eventer. He may not be presented as a main eventer right now. Jey Uso has the ability, due to his loyal fan base and the connection with the fan base, to get over, and still is over at a main event level. His main event Uso nickname, or main event Jey, I should say, that's not just something to print on a t-shirt. That is reality. And that is a reality in which Jey Uso has found himself in. And that is a reality in which he should be grateful for, because that is going to get him over the hump. That is going to get him to the position in which he wants to be in, which is World Heavyweight Champion. Now, I'm not saying that Jey Uso is going to be a multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not going to say that Jey Uso is going to hold the championship for 434 days. But I am saying, though, that they're going to give him a shot as world champion one day. I don't know when that will be. I don't know who he will dethrone it to. I don't know who he will drop it to. But I will say this, in terms of a world heavyweight champion, Jey Uso can absolutely be that. Will he be WWE champion? I don't know, because that is really saved for the top tier guys. I don't know if they will necessarily do that with Jey Uso. I mean, we're talking about running through the likes of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, right? But in terms of just a world champion, considering they have a secondary championship, the World Heavyweight title on Monday Night Raw, a brand in which he's featured on, yeah, I can see that happening. Now, how Netflix impacts that, right? We're going to have more Roman Reigns on that show. We're going to have more Cody Rhodes on that show. Maybe in the draft, maybe they move Cody back to Monday Night Raw. He takes the WWE Championship. And then Gunther goes with the world title, obviously, to SmackDown if that happens, or if he is even still champion. That will be the interesting part. That is a question in which we will have to address at a later date. But in the bigger picture, Jey Uso as a main eventer, as a world champion, 1,000%, that can happen. I'd love to hear what you have to say down in the comments here below. Start that community up. Fire away on your opinion. Hit that like button, subscribe button, comment down below.